YouTube crew, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. The other night off stream, I dropped 40 kills. Yes, 40 kills in the limited time rebirth mode. So today, we're going to go ahead and break down that gameplay. Now, before we jump in, I want to address one thing real quick. I am well aware that the limited time rebirth mode was very different than normal rebirth. Getting loadout immediately is a huge advantage. Having specialists, even though everybody has specialists, having tempered, ghost, and restock is a massive advantage for aggressive players. But there are still so many things that we can take from this gameplay breakdown and apply to normal rebirth. We're going to be really paying attention to pace of play. We're really going to focus on how I don't hyper-focus on one player or one team. I think a lot of you in normal rebirth really struggle with hyper-focusing on one player you're fighting or one team you're fighting, that you struggle with awareness and you're struggling with cues around you. So we're really going to pay attention to how I am fighting multiple teams at one time. The last thing that I will say is, for anybody who wants to say this was a bot lobby, here you go. Look down below. It wasn't a bot lobby. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So as we're kicking this off here, the one thing that I do want to point out is that even though there's only 3 of us, we are actually playing quads. Now, loadouts are going to drop top control, and we actually get a little bit lucky that a lot of them fall off top control. So we don't really have to fight many people up here. I quickly get loadout, I'm out, and the moment I notice that we're alone up here, like, I'm ready to go start challenging. We have high ground. So I'm going to go ahead and challenge this first guy here, get him down. I'm going to challenge one across the street. I get that down, and I can't quite get that thirst. Now, this is the first time that we're going to talk about not hyper-focusing, right? So I don't hyper-focus on getting the ghost face thirsted. I'm going to down this one, then I'm going to go quickly re-down, get the thirst, and then I'm going to go down this one. So I don't necessarily hyper-focus on the thirst. I'm in a much better position to get more downs and then just kind of clean it up. And we've got 4 kills. We got 8 other teams. This was not a full lobby. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly replay, and then we're back in. Now I catch this one moving this way. We hit all the shots. We get the down. We get the thirst. We got 1 ghosted to the right. We got 2 ghosted, or 2 in control somewhere. Now I hear one right to my right here, so quick reach out. We're able to get the down, and I try to get the thirst, but I end up getting sniped there. So I actually go ahead and reposition, rotate out of there to plate up, and then re-engage. Now I catch him. I don't know if you saw that. I caught a quick glimpse of him. Very quick glimpse of him right around the corner here. Right here. So you see him right there. Now I know he's this way, so I'm going to go ahead and re-challenge. I get caught in a little bit of a weird spot, but I'm able to still get that down and get that thirst. Now, this is where I do talk about tempered being a huge advantage, because I don't spend as much time plating as I do getting into fights. Now, I noticed one up the hill, but right here, I hear the guy throw the ammo box, or throw the armor box. So I go ahead and challenge. Boom, we get the down. We get the thirst. 1 goes into my right, 1 actually across the street that I need to be aware of. Now we're going to see 1 flying in. I quickly stim for the speed boost, and you really see the pace of play here. The moment that I am replated, and this is where the Owen gun's great, because, and I'm going to be doing a video on it very soon, because you have such a big mag, you don't have to reload as often. But I'm constantly in fights. As long as I am replated, I am going to be in a fight. So we're going to go ahead and push up here, try to see what I can find. I end up getting shot. We stim for the speed boost, and now we go ahead and replate real quick. We've got 8 kills, 7 other teams, and I'm trying to see what I can find here. We get precision from back behind. One thing that I do really want to highlight here is the communication towers. You should be processing, understanding your money, and if you don't have enough necessarily for a UAV or you can't buy one, hit the communication tower. You see how much it's super quick, and notice how much of an advantage that is for me, because now I start to understand where people are. We're able to get the down. A lot of teams around me, right? We got at least 2 teams around me at this point. Got 9 with 7 other teams. Right around the corner, super unfortunate situation. Look at my health real quick. Right as I was about to go challenge this guy, I actually get shot in the back. Super unfortunate death. And you know what, guys? I dropped 40 kills. I die 4 times. It is what it is. We're back in here. It's still going to be a 40 bomb. It's still going to be a ton of kills. And I think the lesson to be learned is just because you die doesn't mean you can't still drop a high kill game. Now, we get a little bit of streamer loot here. You know, I pay Activision the big bucks. Don't take that seriously, please. I get the MP40. I turn this corner and I just hit all my shots. I mean, that's just where I do love the MP40. I was using the Owen gun this game, which I love as well. But I feel so good with the MP40. Now, I make a pretty bad mistake here. And what I want you to pay attention to is you can see how instead of me worrying about repositioning, I'm too worried about doing too much with these stun grenades. Like, I have them, and I try to make a jump move there, and I stun myself. So then I go ahead and reposition, and now I go ahead and try to stun behind me, and I end up putting myself in a bad. Like, instead of me worrying about just repositioning, playing fast, and plating up, I worry about using stuns for some reason. It's just, you know, that's one where you can just run around and keep finessing and keep your enemy guessing, especially with tempered, because you don't have to wait as long to play it up. Now, as I'm going to drop down and get loadout here, if you are looking to get better at Rebirth, I'm a 4 KD player. I took my KD from a 0.7 to over a 4 KD. So if you are looking to get better, just consider hitting that subscribe button down below so my content gets pushed to you a little bit more. You know, let YouTube know that you're somewhat interested in my content, then it'll get pushed to you more. And I do videos every single day helping people get better. I live stream on YouTube 4 days a week. So if you want to know when I'm posting and when I'm going live, make sure you turn on that notification bell as well. Now we're back in here. We're back in. We're trying to see what we can find. Not totally sure where people are. Plus, we were pretty split at this point. You know, we were trying to separate a lot and all trying to drop high kill games. In this game right here, Hog had just dropped 43 the game before. So he was in a support role. And then Schmook and I were kind of cruising here. Schmook ends up dropping 33 this game. We dropped 90 as a team, I think. Now, we're going to go ahead and push over back in the action here. So I'm going to try to see what I can find. Use the AR. Boom, we get the down right there. We get the thirst. Let's get the information. 2 ghosted intense. We get that thirst. People behind me. And we're just going to keep putting ourselves in the action right here. We shoot that guy in the back. We get the down. We get the thirst. And then we quick reload. We know the last one's over to the left. Now, I'm going to go ahead and again use this communication tower because I don't know where anybody is to my advantage to try to find people. Even though people have specialists, just in case you weren't aware of this update, even though people have specialists and have ghosts, if those players are not moving, then they pop up on radar. So if a ghosted player is not moving, that is when they pop up on radar. The moment they start moving again is when you kind of realize that they're actually ghosted, whether it's from a kill or whatnot. Now I get this guy flying in, boom, and I'm like a bullet there. I'm pretty close to going down. I'm going to use the speed boost to go from the stims to go, and the health boost, both of those to my advantage, to push back. I also think I'm going to do a video on how to use stims to your advantage and really break down some different situations. Let me know down in the comments below if you think that would be helpful. Now right here, by the way, we have 16 kills, still 7 other teams. It's been 7 teams for quite a while now. We're able to get this guy down out of the sky. Now, unfortunately, I don't get that thirst. That was a mistake. This is a situation where I should have pushed up, just grabbed that thirst real quick. Instead, I do get a little bit distracted here. So it goes both ways. You can be hyper-focused on a team, or you can go the other way, and I should have just gotten the thirst right there. Now, I see the rose skin pop in, and right as that happens, I'm able to get that down in thirst. So I'm going to go ahead and push this rose skin. Now, at this point, nobody should have self-revive, right? Nobody should have self-revive. So the only way people are getting revived is if their teammates do. Trying to see what I can find. Check left. Don't see him. And I'm just playing fast here. I'm trying to be unpredictable, get an advantage. I'm going to go ahead and push out front here. And now I see him push back in. So now this is a situation where I use the stim as a speed boost because I know he's pushing in this way. And you see I'm able to break, and then I get the down right there, get the thirst. One ghosted somewhere down below me. So I push back to plate up, reposition, and like I talk about with pace, I'm right back in here. I'm right back ready to re-engage, trying to see what I can find. One flying in there. We've got 18, so we're going to go ahead and I think that was a precision. I don't know. I get one there, and watch this play right here. This is what I talk about. Watch. I break, I swap, and I immediately go push. Boom. And even though, look, that's not the ideal range for the Owen gun right there, but because that guy is so low health, I can still play with that pace. Now we have one ghosted over to the left. Now we're going to go ahead and start to push up here. We've already got 20. We've got 6 other teams still up. It's only second circle. Now I know respawn's not disabled. You are going to see us take advantage of that. But at the end of the day, we're still on a very, very good pace. We're going to challenge this guy up top. We're going to get the down. We're going to get the thirst. Let's see where everybody is. And right here, I wish I had enough because Bounty's going to get poached here. Bounty poached. I have enough for a UAV. Unfortunately, no buy station. So I'm going to go ahead and push up to prison and start to try to figure out where the action is again. It's part of the, you know, it was a tough thing with players being ghosted is you couldn't necessarily figure out where all the action is. So one ghosted. We got one ghosted in Grandma's house. We got one over at Nova 6. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of see what I can find here. See if I can hear anybody. See if I can see anybody. And right here, you're going to catch a quick glimpse of this rose skin right here. So watch how we play this. Once again, I'm going to use the stim as a speed boost for my advantage. Break through these doors, try to see what I can find. I don't see anything as I'm coming back in. I'm able to challenge. I'm able to get the down and the thirst right there using a little bit of jumping to my advantage, right? A little bit of jump. It doesn't have to be anything special. But this is where I said Hog was kind of playing a support role. Hog's going to go over by a bunch of different things in terms of UAVs. He's going to he's going to pop loadout down, so we have that. And we're just playing quick here, trying to see what I can find. We get the down. We get the thirst. Now we keep pushing. One on my level right there. One above. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and challenge down below. Try to see what I can find. I hop in the window, and I just wait for this guy. No reason, but I do see the second one flying in. So I'm going to reposition, take a different angle, get that down, get that thirst. Now we push up here. Oh, this is one of my favorite plays. Right here, you see a switch of him being on my level. So I actually go ahead and challenge around this corner, break his camera up. We're able to get the down. We're able to get the thirst. Now, I end up dying to this guy. I'm going to be totally honest with you, and I want to highlight it for this reason. This guy is down below, and look at where he's pushing. As soon as I get this thirst, look at where he's pushing. Notice that he kind of starts to come towards my way, and it's pretty obvious he's going to take the stairs. I just can't get out. I'm stuck. So I try. I probably could have won that gunfight if I hit those last, like, 2 shots there. Unfortunately, I lose it, but we're going to go ahead, fly back in, and we're able to just land on this guy. Now, didn't know that was a team wipe. Super unfortunate situation. We have 4 other teams alive. We've got 28 at this point. Look at the drop shot. By the way, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know that I kind of spoke down on drop shots for a while. You know, they are dangerous. With a good player will quickly adjust to your head, and basically they're always hitting headshots now. But I've been using them more, and they are really good. You know, a lot of people, it's so fast of a movement. You don't want to do it too far away, but if you're within about 5 to 10 meters, it is a really, really, really good move. And all I do is I push down on my right stick. You know, my right stick is crouch, prone, slide. So all I do is push down on my right stick, and I'm good to go. Now, we've got 30 kills. We've got 3 other teams still up. And this is where our pace really starts to slow down. And I want to talk about why it slows down and kind of highlight these things. Now, right here, we're able to catch this guy. Get the down. Get the thirst. And as I challenge this, I catch this guy on this heady. This is the guy right here. Right there. He's a little tough to see, but... And I go, that's an impossible heady to challenge. Now, I try, and then I end up getting smoked. So, like, we're out of there. I'm going to go take a different angle, find a different way. And what ends up happening is I push all the way to the backside here, and we're going to take this kind of spot by prison. Now, you know, what I really want to point out here is that, yes, with Ghost, it's tough because everybody had Ghost. It's not as easy to pop UAV. But with no information and 3 teams left, I wasn't totally sure kind of which way to go about this. We weren't totally sure where to go. He's going to go ahead and grab his PR right here. Or he grabs, yeah, I think he grabbed PR right there. Or he PR'd a little bit before, and then he was able to get the 30 bomb on that one. So he's able to get the 30 bomb. Now we have 2 other teams still up. 7 other people, and look, we're, like I said, people respawn back in the whole time. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get top prison. You know, I'm not, and explore top prison. I'm not full selling here to get top prison, but I want this high ground, especially because of this little nook. This little nook is what I'm looking at, because I can stay top prison for this end circle here. So I'm gonna go ahead and push up, see what I can find, and we're gonna catch a rose skin up here. We're gonna catch the rose skin in T-minus like 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, half a second off. He's going to push up right there. Yep. So we're able to hit all those shots. And look, at the end of the day, like, that guy goes down because I hit all those shots. If I miss shots, he doesn't necessarily go down. Now, I have a ghosted player right here, and I have a ghosted player backside this way. So I'm going to go ahead and use the stim and the speed boost to try to see if I can find this guy. Like, I'm going to try to see him, anticipating, trying to see what I can find. I think I actually missed him on the right side. I thought he was a little bit more left. So again, using the stim for the speed boost, and... as I mentioned before in the intro, you know, this is where having quote-unquote unlimited stims with restock is a huge benefit. You can't use stims as much unless you have muni boxes, unless you're finding them off people. You know, it can be a little bit tough to use, although right there I picked up 2. We're able to get that down. We're able to get that thirst. We got 33. We got... let's see, what do we got? 6 other people, 5 other people still up, still 2 teams, and we know that we can farm this. I mean, technically speaking, respawn would be disabled in the normal game mode, but we're gonna go ahead and take advantage of it. You know, it's the limited time game mode, and I wanted the 40, and my teammates were super helpful in helping me get that. So we get it down, we get a thirst. Not totally sure where exactly. Where from? Like, I know it was across the street somewhere, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm now in a bad spot with this circle rotation. We go ahead and get that down right there, and I get smoked again. So we're gonna, and look at my health. I mean, I'm literally a bullet. 34 kills. Still 2 other teams. Catch this guy right here. Now I'm gonna die again in a second here, and I want to highlight how Hog plays this to keep everybody alive. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just missed this guy to my right. I just completely missed this one. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's tough. I was starting to push up. I just completely missed him. And this is going to switch to Hog in a second. Now, Hog's got 18 seconds. Well, he's got 5 seconds. His concern is getting Schmook back here. Once Schmook is back, that opens up the door for me to come back. So he's going to, and the people are like right above him. Like right above him. So he's got 17 still. Okay, Schmook's back. So now Hog's in an okay spot to start to figure out what he's going to do. And he's going to end up being in a decent spot here. He rotates well. There's people fighting above him. And now we're back in here. And I actually clutched this game up. I 100%. I clutch it and Schmook clutches it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop down here. Try to see if I can shoot this guy out of the sky. Hog ends up having to take him out, but ends up going down. And I'm able to get that down and get that thirst. So now we're down to basically one other team and 2 other people. So it's a 2v2 situation, but respawns are still happening. I'm at 37 kills, and I'm going to go ahead and res Hog here. Might as well keep Hog up, and I'm not sure where anybody is at this point. This guy's going to go ahead and drop in on us, and watch these shots. I mean, this is where I... Just using a little bit of movement to your advantage. I hit all the shots, and I grab a Modern Warfare AK here. You know, you guys want to talk about recoil control and all these things. Look, part of being a really good player is somewhat understanding recoil patterns for most of the guns, right? So even though I don't even know what this build is, I don't know anything about it. I didn't even know it was the Modern Warfare AK until, you know, I looked at the gameplay after. But the moment it kicks that much, like, look how much that kicked, I am yanking down on that right stick. I challenge this guy, use a little bit of movement. We're going to go ahead and get the thirst right there. Super unfortunate situation. So I want to highlight this. I've got 39. This is the player that I just downed. We got 1 on roof. Schmook is flying in. And I die to the car blowing up. Schmook's going to go ahead and land on him with the Milano. And right here, Schmook gets the final kill. We're up. There's the 40 bomb in the top right corner. And there you really see how I don't at the pace of play that I was playing at. But what I really wanted to highlight today was not hyper-focusing on one player, one team. So I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.